very welcome back to my channel, and today we will be learning the chapter Geographical Diversity of India from class 7th new NCERT of SST. So let's start. India is the 7th largest country in the world. It is known for its remarkable geography. From towering mountains to fertile plains, from scorching deserts to lush coastlines, this is our India. So, India is a part of Asia with the neighbors Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka and Myanmar. So, first, the Indian subcontinent. The Indian subcontinent, so this is all these neighboring countries here. Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka and Myanmar. Now, we have the Indian subcontinent. We have 5 major regions. The mountain zone, which is Himalayas on the top or the north, the plains of Ganga and Indus on the middle, the desert, the Thar desert in the western part, the southern peninsula, this is the southern peninsula, the islands, we have so many islands down here in the Indian and Atlantic Ocean. Now we have natural boundaries of India. So, first, the Himalayas. Himalayas are the mountain range which stands as a natural barrier in the north, while the Thar desert and the Arabian Sea mark in the western limits. To the south, the Indian Ocean, and to the east, we have the Bay of Bengal. These features create separation between India and the rest of the continent and have a crucial role in shaping India's climate, culture and history. Let's study a bit in the Himalayas, the mighty Himalayas. So, the length of Himalayan range is around 2,500 km. Some of its peaks are over 8,000 km and are called 8,000ers. In the summer, the snow melts and floods rivers like Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra. So, we have three mountains in Himalayas. First Himadri, second Himachal and then Shivalik range. First Himadri. These are over 8,000 meters as I mentioned, and these are the greater Himalayas. Himachal, these are majorly hill stations and like tourist places, which includes Nainital and many other places to visit. And it has also Shimla and Darjeeling. And then we have Shivalik range. It is the outer Himalayas. They have the dense forests and transittlation in Gangetic plains. Now, the Himalayan range as a natural barrier, it stretches 2,500 km across the 6 countries. It protects India and influences our climate also. It is the world's tallest peak, home to Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga, region of extreme beauty and hardship. So, it is the world's tallest peak. It has the most world's tallest peak, which is the Mount Everest, of course, and also the Kanchenjunga. Now, it is also known as the water tower of Asia because it feeds rivers like Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra and supplies water to the millions of people. Now we have the birth of Himalayas. How were Himalayas formed? Okay. So, the Himalayas were formed a long time ago. In India, we had more landmass which was called Gondwana, where our India's highest peak. I was Africa slowly. It broke and started moving to the north about 50 million years ago. So, our India was shifting towards Africa around 50 million years ago. It reached at the length of Eurasia. It reached at the land of Eurasia, and it was very much into the south of our world, but it has become in the middle of the world because of some erosion and like some earthquakes also. So India slowly moved to the northward across the ancient ocean, and because of this our mountains were formed. So let's get an example. Like you get to know you have a carpet, and when you roll the carpet, like crumble the carpet, it forms like the mountains. So the very first example of how the mountains were formed is it is like the carpet. Like when you crush the carpet, or like when you like shift the carpet towards, it becomes like the mountains. The best word is wrinkles. The carpet wrinkles when you push it that way. That's how the mighty Himalayas were formed. Amazingly, India is still pushing into Asia today, very slowly, about 5 centimeters each year. So around 5 centimeters each year, it is still shifting to the Asia. Now we have our cold desert, Ladakh. Ladakh has the extreme climate. In winters, it drops below minus 30 degrees Celsius, and it has very little rainfall. It creates a harsh environment. It is called the moonland landscape because it has a rocky terrain that resembles the moon, and the deep valleys and salty lakes like Pangongso dot the region. It has a unique wildlife, home to snow leopards, ibex, and Tibetan antelopes. Despite harsh conditions, it also has a rich culture which includes festivals like Losar and Hamis, yaks vital for survival. Now we have the Gangetic Plains. The Gangetic Plains is nourished or watered by Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra. These all rivers have minerals from Himalayas that make the soil fertile. That's why it is called the fertile Gangetic Plain. So around this, like the green area, it is the fertile Gangetic Plain because it has the most fertile land, and it is known for its agriculture hub because of its fertile land due to the minerals which were from the Himalayas and also from the river of Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra. It is ideal for growing rice and wheat. It supports a large portion of India's population. It is also a transportation network that which was like thousands of years ago, which helped in trade routes and trading. It also has a diverse fertile wildlife, which has home to the grey langur, tiger, Indian gharial, and also peacocks, India's national bird. Now we have the Great Thar Desert. The Great Thar Desert is a vast stretch of golden dunes. In Thar Desert, rugged terrain and have a wide open sky. The sand dunes are formed when the wind shifts and shape into hill-like formation. It is the Great Indian Desert. It is located in the regions of Gujarat, Punjab and Haryana. The golden dunes rise up to 150 meters. In the days, the Thar Desert are scorching hot, but the nights are cold. Water there is precious, and women often need to travel a long distance every day to fetch water for their families. They form traditional methods for cleaning utensils and many other things. They clean and rinse with a bit of water. They don't waste a single drop of water. People living in the Thar Desert use water conservation methods including tanka and kunds. These are special water collecting systems to store water in this region. Now we have the Aravallis. These are called Aravalli Hills, and these hills are the most oldest mountains and are around 2.5 billion years ago. Mount Abu is the highest peak, which is over 1,700 meters. Aravallis are also rich in zinc, marble, granite, copper, and India was first to master the delicate process of extraction. It is among the oldest mountains in the world. Now let's get through the Peninsula Plateau. It is a piece of land that is surrounded by water. On their sides, we have many plateaus, but the most important is the triangular peninsula area. In the middle south, the peninsula is surrounded by water on three sides, by the Bay of Bengal in the west, Arabian Sea in the right, and the Indian Ocean in the middle. So, it has many rivers, and also they have Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats, mountain ranges bordering the plateau, with the Western Ghats running along with the western coast. These plateaus are rich in minerals, forests and fertile land, which helps to boost India's economy. The region is also home to many tribal communities like Santhal, Gond, Bega, Bhil and Korku. These tribes have their own languages and traditional, lively closing with the nature. They have the rocky and uneven surface of the plateau that creates many beautiful waterfalls, especially in the monsoon. They attract tourists but also help in producing electricity. Now we have the India's coastlines. The west coast stretches from Gujarat to Kerala, and the rivers and the home to Mumbai, India's financial center. And the east coast extends from Ganga Delta to Kanyakumari, and it has wide plains and fertile deltas. It has important water bodies include Chilika Lake. The coastal features are over 7,500 kilometers of coastline that includes beaches, rocky cliffs, forests and coral reefs. That is not enough. Our India is very large, and India also has some islands which are Lakshadweep in the Arabian Sea and Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. Let's get through those Indian islands. The Lakshadweep has 36 coral islands near Kerala, but not all are inhabited. Important for fishing and environmental protection. Andaman and Nicobar have over 5,000 volcanic islands, home to coral reefs, beaches, and ancient tribes. Bahrain Island has India's only active volcano right now. And the Sundarbans Delta, they are formed by Ganga, Brahmaputra and tributaries, and it is also recognized by the UNESCO heritage, and it is exceptional natural value and the home to the magnificent endangered species, and also the unique ecosystem at the land-sea interface. Now we have the northeast India, the hills of northeast India. We have Meghalaya Plateau, which includes Garo, Khasi and Janita hills, and seven sisters of waterfalls, famous candidates in the world's rainiest regions. The living root bridges, the unique bridges made by waving tree roots. Now, let's understand with some questions. Which countries from the Indian subcontinent along with India? Yes, the Indian subcontinent includes India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka and Myanmar. The five main physical regions of India are the Himalayan range, Gangetic plains, the Thar desert and the southern peninsula and the islands. So this is the outer view of our India. And now we have which natural features protects India from the north? The Himalaya, of course. What is the total length of the Himalayan range? The Himalayan range stretches about 2,500 kilometers. Which major river originate from the Himalayas? The Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra rivers originate from the Himalayas. Question 6. What is the highest part of the Himalayan range called? The highest part of the Himalayan range is called the Himadri or Greater Himalayas. Which Himalaya range is called for the hill stations like Shimla and Darjeeling? Yes, those are the lower Himalayas or Himachal, which has a cool and pleasant climate. What is the outermost Himalayan range called? It is called the Shivalik Hills. How was the Himalayas formed? It was formed when the Indian plate collided with Eurasian plate around 50 million years ago. Like this. This is the diagram which these were Himalayas and the Tibetan plateau. Because of the Australian plate was submerged into the Eurasian plate, and these were how the Himalayas were formed. Why are the Himalayas called the water tower of Asia? These are called the water tower of Asia because it feeds many rivers that supply water to millions. Comment down below. Now we have what kind of desert is Ladakh? As we discussed, Ladakh is a cold desert. Name famous salty lake in Ladakh. Yes, Pangong Toso is a famous salty lake in Ladakh. Which animal is very useful for the people of Ladakh? The yak is very useful for the people of Ladakh. Which festivals are celebrated in Ladakh? Festivals like Losar and Hamesh are celebrated here. Now we have what makes the soil of the Gangetic plains fertile. The minerals carried by the rivers from the Himalayas make the soil fertile. Now we have a long type question. How does India India's geographical diversity affect our lives? India's geographical diversity affect our lives by the following ways. People wear different clothes, eat different food, and celebrate different festivals based on the regions they live in. Geography affects farming, trade, and transport. Plains are good for crops, and coastal helps in fishing and shipping. People in deserts, mountains, and forests adapt to the lifestyle to survive in their environment. The variety of landscape supports rich biodiversity, tourism, and natural resources like water, minerals, and forests. Now we have the flashcards. Let's start. What are the 5 main geographical regions of India? Yes, we did this. Mountain zone, plains of Ganga, desert region, southern peninsula, and islands. Yes. Fill in the blanks. The natural boundary that separates India from other parts of Asia in the north is the Himalayas. Yes. True or false? India is bordered by the Pacific Ocean to the south. Pacific Ocean? False. India is bordered by the Indian Ocean to the south. Riddle. I am a region known for my vast arid land where little rain falls and sand dunes sand. What am I? Sand dunes, huh? Yes, I am Thar Desert. The ocean lies to the south of India. India, yes, oh my gosh. The India Ocean lies to the south of India. Yes, so beautiful. Which features creates a natural boundary of the west of India? The desert and the Arabian Sea. See how beautiful. Now we have the question, how the Himalayas act as a natural barrier between these two regions? The Himalayas act as a natural barrier between the Indian subcontinent and the Tibetan plateau. Now let's get through the mind map of this chapter. So some physical features of India are the Himalayas, the Gangetic Plains, the Thar Desert, the Peninsular Plateau, and the islands. The Himalayas, they are the natural barriers stretching across 6 countries, home to Mount Everest and Kanchenjunga, and feed rivers like Ganga, Indus, and Brahmaputra. It is divided into 3 parts: Himadri, Himachal, and Shivalik. Himadri is the tallest and very cold. Himachal are hill station forests and people live here, and they are tourist places like Shimla. Yes, the Shivalik, these are the low hills with dense forest. The formation of Himalayas, these were formed when the India collided with the Eurasia 50 million years ago. The land crumbled like a carpet and created the high mountains. The mountains grow taller every year. We have the cold desert then, the cold and dry region with very low temperature. Has the rocky land, valleys, and salty lakes like Pangong Tuso. It has the wildlife which is snow leopards, yaks, and Tibetan antelopes. The culture is like they maintain the festival like Losar and Hemis. The Gangetic Plains, these are the flat and fertile land south of the Himalayas. They have the rivers which include Ganga, Indus, and Brahmaputra. They are ideal for farming rice and wheat. They are important for transport, trade, and wildlife. Now we have the Thar Desert. It is located in parts of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab, and Haryana. It has sand dunes in the hot days, and the hot days are hot, and in the nights they are cold. The people use camels and rainfall harvesting. Jaisalmer Fort is a famous site on there. The Aravalli Hills, one of the oldest mountain ranges. These stop the Thar Desert from spreading. There are rich in minerals like marble and zinc. It has forts like Chittorgarh and Ranthambore. The Peninsular Plateau, these are triangular landforms surrounded by water on 3 sides. The western and eastern Ghat borders it. Rivers, they have rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Narmada, and Tapti. These are rich in forests, minerals, and tribal communities. Now we have the coastlines of India, which includes 7,500 plus kilometers of coastline and beaches and deltas. We have the west coast like Mumbai, and the east coast which have the rivers like Kaveri and Mahanadi. They also have the lakes like Chilika and Pulicat. And now let's get through the Indian islands. The Indian islands, we have Lakshadweep Island and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Lakshadweep are known for the coral islands and they lie in the Arabian Sea. And on the other hand, we have Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which is called the volcano of India, and it has dense forests and tribes. Now we have Sundarbans. They are the delta formed by the Ganga and Brahmaputra. These are mangroves and the Royal Bengal tiger. It is also known for the UNESCO World Heritage Site. And now for the last, we have the Northeast Hills. It includes Garo Khasi, Janitia Hills. They have heavy rainfall and dense forests. Moyang is Asia's cleanest village, known for living roads, bridges, and natural festivals. So this is all for today, and we have ended this chapter in just 20 minutes. So see you in the next video. Thank you, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my channel. Goodbye.